Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Game Boyz podcast. I'm Pat, and I've got my co-host, my cohort, my co-buddy here.
Glad to be here, everyone.
We're glad to be back. We had a week-long hiatus there.
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
Yeah, 1 week break.
Yeah.
I had my little kid sister staying with us, so...
You guys have a good time?
Yeah, we did. We watched a lot of movies and went to the Orlando Science Center.
Very cool.
Some fucking chump I know gave me tickets.
How was it?
It was good. I was a little bit worried that she's at that age. She's 12, about to be 13. She's at that age where, like, it really could have been hit or miss, like where it might have been too kiddie for her, that she would have thought it wasn't cool or interesting, or she would have liked it a lot because she's a kid. And thankfully she fell into the latter there. So
good.
She liked it a lot. We spent a lot of time down on the first floor with the animals and stuff. We all got to pet the baby alligator.
Yeah.
Which my wife was not happy about because it was like had its like mouth taped shut and stuff. Just for our entertainment, she said, which I kind of felt the same way.
Yeah, it's for safety reasons, but
sure,
those animals are super spoiled.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's not like that gator's having a hard time.
Yeah, so we got lucky actually. We were down there right when they did the show for the feeding and stuff.
Cool.
So it was fun. Yeah, and yep. So we just went to dinner a couple times and went to the Science Center and hung out, played video games. So. Played some Fortnite because that's what the kids love.
They love Fortnite.
Yeah, so that's all she wanted to do the whole time she was here. I've got 1,000 fucking games here, and she wanted to play Fortnite the whole time.
The free one.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to?
A lot, but also not a lot. Just my busy schedule, man. School is winding down for the summer. Finalizing the rest of my stuff for my trip next month.
Where are you going?
To Japan again.
All right. Going back
I'm
to Japan.
Yeah, I'm going there, so I just need to work out the last kinks and stuff, like make sure, there's the things you don't really think about, like the phone service while you're there.
The sex hotels,
making sure that I picked the best one.
You gotta check out the girls ahead of time. Pre-screen them.
Gotta pre-screen them. Yeah, we've been having Skype conversations just to review everything that's gonna happen. No, let's go ahead and nix that right away. No, just trying to figure out certain things. Just because the JR train pass is really useful, but it's also weird when you start going to like niche areas in Japan because the schedule gets really kind of shaky on some of the bullet trains. So I'm like still doing the math to see if it would be worth it for me to even get the JR train pass the entire 2 weeks, or if I should get individual tickets for certain things. So I'm still doing the math on that.
It's so hard to decide.
It is. I'm probably gonna end up spending too much money. Like it's what's gonna end up happening.
We should have gotten the pass because when we went, because I think like just the tickets to and from on the bullet train from Tokyo to Kyoto.
Kansai area.
Yeah, just those tickets alone, it ended up being like as much as the JR pass, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should have got it then. Because there's other stuff that you use the JR line for too.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's valid for a lot of things, but it's also not valid for like local railways and stuff too. So you have to be kind of conscious of that. So
I think it works on the buses though.
There's a lot of buses that it works on, but not everything.
We took a lot of buses.
Yeah, but there's also some local buses that it's not valid for. So sometimes it's kind of a hassle because you just have to it's really hard to not be that like annoying tourist at some points, just because it is really complicated, and I think it's convoluted even for them at times.
Right.
So yeah, just finishing out things for that. So let me know what you want me to look for. Game wise, I'm not really gonna be hunting for games this much. This is a lot more. I'm going to like Gifu, Hiroshima, Nara. Like I'm not at all like, I'm gonna have a few days in Tokyo, but I'm not like, oh my god. I'm kind of, I already had my trip where I got to experience like Akihabara and everything, and that was like a top priority. Now it's like much lower on the list where if I have time, I'll stop by, but it's less of a priority. So Yeah, that's coming up quick. Only about a month, so you'll have 2 weeks of not having me around for that.
Right. I'll probably just have Snyder come by. He was a hit.
Yeah,
I got multiple positive feedbacks.
Cool.
Saying they liked him.
Snyder's great.
Yep.
So, I guess we'll dive into the first thing, which is I got my Nintendo Classic.
Oh yeah, they did re-release that, didn't they?
That kind of came out of nowhere, but it's not came out of nowhere. It was announced, but it just they actually did it.
Yeah.
They actually relaunched a system, and it was readily available. And I had multiple opportunities to just get it, and I would just keep going. I'm good. Like I was up at like midnight when it was posted, and I like went in the websites, all the websites that I had available, and I just looked at it, and I'm like, I'm fine, because I'm just, the increasing battle of trying not to buy too much crap.
Right.
And then you actually sold me on it because you talked about how the emulation is better on it than like versus like the Wii U.
See, what's funny is I wasn't
Wii.
even trying to sell you on it. I was saying, because I just was like, I was talking about using. See, so for me, I got my controller finally.
Yeah. Those were impossible to find back
controllers
then.
were the hardest part to find. Never even saw one. That's how rare they were. Is never even seen one before. I was surprised how small the box was that it came in.
Yeah.
And so after over like almost 2 years of looking, I finally got an extra controller. And the reason why I wanted one was to play Virtual Console NES games. And that's how the conversation started. And you were just like, I think you were like, well, why don't you just use your Wii U or whatever? Or you were talking about using your Wii U. And I was just like, oh, no, the Wii U emulation sucks. And I sent you a screenshot of like how bad it looks. Mm-hmm. And
through that, I did more research, and I was just like, man, the emulation on the Nintendo Classic's way better.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I wasn't trying to sell you on it. I was just...
Well, I already had a gift card to GameStop anyway, and I walked in, and I'm just like, all right, fine, I'll buy it. That's to be fair, that's how I always kind of said that I would end up buying one. If it was completely convenient for me,
right,
and it was right in front of my face, I would buy one.
Okay.
So, which brings me to, I think, hopefully Nintendo actually did it this time and actually launched the system appropriately, because like every store you went to, even at night, had systems available.
Yeah, they had been out all day, and every GameStop I went to that day had a pile of them behind the counter still. So that's the way to do it. I mean, it couldn't have asked for better. I wish that they would have released more controllers, because the controllers, again, were almost as hard to find this time. I had to go to 3 different GameStops.
Yeah.
So, but I did get 2 controllers, so now I have 3 of them.
Cool. 2
for the system and 1 for my Wii.
Yeah, I went ahead and got an extra controller too. I do not want any third-party shit for this thing.
I don't do third-party controllers. Never have. Ever since I got the third-party Dreamcast controller. And
what the cat? What's it called? The cat brand, whatever it's called.
I don't know.
Whatever.
It was garbage though. The shoulder button like came off, and so you had to like press the hard like switch inside. It was awful. So yeah, but solid launch. I'm happy it's back. I'm glad people who want one can get one now. I still hold the opinion that nobody's gonna actually play it, and they just want it to have it because it's popular.
Well, it's $60.
Yeah.
And like, I guess, do you think there was much more available because they had a lot more, or do you think a lot of the hype has died since then?
No, I think they made a lot more. I think they were like, this thing sold out immediately and people were clamoring for more. Let's make more and make more money.
Yeah.
So they probably made way more units. So I think that's what it was. Yeah, so not much to say about it. Hope you got your NES Classic out there. If not, you might have another day or two. Otherwise, you blew it. So this was something I saw that I think is pretty interesting and also not surprising. GameStop is looking at a buyout.
Oh, yeah, this has been all over.
Looking to liquidate, basically. Maybe not liquidate, but they're looking for a buyer. They want to sell. They want to get the fuck out. They're not making money anymore. People are wise to them. They're not ripping people off as much as they used to anymore. People aren't falling for it.
I guess I hold probably more unpopular opinion, but I don't really want to see GameStop close down because if in the only instance I'd be okay with GameStop closing down is that if we had another game store step it up, because as it is right now, there's not many places you can go to find like used games and stuff like that, and like you can and granted, I'm not trying to defend GameStop in any way. There's a lot of things they do that is shitty.
But the reason for what you're saying, though, like the fact that there's nowhere else to go, is because of GameStop.
I know
they bought out all the competitors.
Yeah.
So they bought everybody, and then and now they're going away. And it's like, fuck you.
I don't really want to see those types of stores close down because I don't see a scenario happen where GameStop closes down and then a bunch of like small places just start popping up everywhere. I hope that happens, but I don't see it realistically happening.
Yeah.
Because you see what it is right now, the alternative to GameStop that we have in our area, and a lot of times I prefer going to GameStop.
They don't even have modern games anyway, really.
They do.
They have a little bit, but
I prefer going to GameStop over them because I usually they claim that they have better deals over there, but they don't. Like a lot of times I get far better deals at GameStop.
Yeah. It's tough because on one hand it's like you'd like to see the evil GameStop go away.
Yeah.
And on the other hand it's like, well, then I won't have anywhere to buy my games anymore. I mean, I guess Amazon, but still,
you're not going to find like that. I mean, right now they have buy two get one free right now, and like I buy up like my whole Vita collection is pretty much thanks to GameStop.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I like it because there's a GameStop every couple of miles. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a shame.
And when you walk in there, when you walk in there, to be fair, like yes, the employees a lot of time can be kind of crappy, but a lot of times they at least know what they're selling for the most part. Like but like they know far more than like when you walk into like Walmart or Target or like any big retailer or even Best Buy. You walk in and talk to someone about video games, they usually don't know what you're talking about, and you have to like really explain it to them and like show them pictures and stuff. And at least when you go to GameStop, they specialize in it, so they know like, oh yeah, I saw that on my inventory list. I know what that is, and they know how to look for it and everything. And with other stores, it's just such a hassle to go out and buy games that like if it's not GameStop, I buy it online.
But on the other hand, if they go out of business, think of all the cheap games we're gonna get.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Knowing them, they'll be shitty till the end.
It's tough, man, because it's like on one hand you'd like to see them go and other better stores pop up, but then on the other hand, that might not happen.
I don't think so. I think they wiped it out.
Yeah.
Like any chance of that happening is pretty much not going to happen for a long time, and I don't see a physical market. I don't see a small store able to like just start resurfacing physical game stores out of nowhere like that.
Rest in peace, EB and Rhino.
Yeah, and like there was like Play and Trade in the area too. Lots of game stores in the area.
That place kind of sucked though. But
it did, but it was nice to have more stores though. And so no, I mean, I'm not ready for GameStop to leave just yet. I'm in the minority on it.
We hate you, but please don't go.
Please don't go.
Yeah.
So
I've hated you for years and said nothing but bad things about you, but now that you're actually leaving, I'm having second thoughts.
Recently, I've had not too many issues with them. I really haven't. Like,
don't even try and backtrack on GameStop.
I'm not trying to defend the company. I'm just saying that it's like I go to Walmart to do my grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Do I walk into Walmart and I'm like, man, I love this store.
Yeah.
Like, do I walk around and go like, yeah, like management's great. The
employees are so knowledgeable.
The employees are so knowledgeable. I'm sure the employees are getting treated like a fair wage. Like everything's about the store is great. Like no, I go in there because it's convenient for me. I buy cheap groceries and I walk out and I'm done. Same thing with GameStop. I go on their website. I can look up any used game I want. I can see which ones are in the area, and I run over there and get my game and leave. And like it's nice to have that option. And if I don't have that option, I'm gonna be forced to a lot of those games. I'm gonna have to go on eBay, and they're gonna be more expensive, far more expensive if they're not available like that. I mean, I got my I've gotten lots of gems for like good deals at GameStop. Like Gravity Rush Remastered, I got that for like they actually raised the price on it even themselves recently. But like I got mine.
Or the remastered.
The remastered one got raised.
What's it at now?
I think they're charging $60 for it now.
Whew, glad I got mine when I did.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where I'm at with it. I think people are like rushing to like celebrate when at the end of the day, though, I think everyone's screwed when all those stores close down.
It's not good. Once again, it's I mean, who knows? Who knows how it'll end up? But we'll be reporting on it as it unfolds. So stay tuned.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a live GameStop going out of business.
Yeah, can record videos like everybody did at Toys R Us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there if they close down, but I won't be happy about it.
Toys R Us is officially gone now, guys. By the way, I'm not going to do a segment on it, but it's bye-bye.
Is it like all the stores are gone?
Last day, yep.
Oh wow, I never actually stepped into another one.
I was literally at the Florida Mall yesterday where they have a Toys R Us, and I was like, maybe, and I was like, no.
I hadn't been. We won't dwell on this too long, but someone was telling me to go, and I'm just like, I honestly don't want to walk in there because it's not at all what my childhood was anymore. I'm gonna walk in there, and it's just gonna be empty shelves and just going out of business signs everywhere.
The only reason I was gonna go is see if I could snag some stuff up at like 90% off.
Yeah,
since it's the last day, but the main thing I wanted was a game display shelf, and it was the last day, and I only have a car, so I was like, even if I decide to buy something, I'm not gonna be able to transport it. So,
oh well.
All right.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Bye.